Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, let me find my coffee. We've got so many people here in the chat this morning. Oh, my goodness gracious. It is Friday, February. The computer says it's the 16th. Happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. Yay. I thought I wasn't going to appreciate Fridays after I retired, and you guys wouldn't let me retire. So now, yay. Hey, everybody. Hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread, and you are in our Stitchuation room. This is a virtual stitching retreat where we sew, we quilt, we bind, we cut, we stitch, maybe some hand stitching, who knows? Maybe some scan and cut. Maybe we just visit. That's all we do. But this is a lot of fun, and I can't believe we've been at this now. Oh my goodness. I was just thinking, how long has this been going on? Because I started this in August of 23. But I see we've got folks that are listening on the road. Pay attention to the road now. Okay. Don't be watching, just listen. And we've got blueberry muffins in the kitchen, and there is coffee and juice. We've got a virtual kitchen. You guys wander over, make yourselves at home right next to the restrooms. Okay. Yeah. And I see that Karen says she's going to bite the bullet today and she's going to buy a luminaire. Awesome. Awesome. You will love every single minute of that. So, congratulations. She's going to get that today. Anytime you can get, and she says she's going to bite the bullet and go into debt. If you can get a machine on one of those brother deals at 0%, okay, that's not debt. That's free money. Okay, that's the way I looked at it. I didn't see that as debt, because if they take the machine back, you don't owe any money, right? That's how that goes. Yeah, that's awesome. You will absolutely love it. So, yeah, you want a luminaire too? Well, you've got to just the way I did mine, my luminaire and my 10 needle, they were done years apart, right? But when they offer that 0%, you break it down over 5 years. I just made it work that way. So that's how to do it. But anyway, so today I was just reflecting back on everything that we have done this week. Wow. I finished up this is the Kimberbell March mini quilt. This got done. So that's nice to have that finished. So we're ready for March. Those of you that are doing that, got links below to all of that. I did some lots of work. I had a live yesterday with All Brands. I took over the All Brands YouTube channel, and Barbara was out on the road, and she had just gotten back right before we went live. So she just needed to have a little backup. So anyway, I did this is from On Wander Lane. I digitized the design. This is part of their little mini series. So I just think this turned out absolutely adorable. And the lesson was all about how to digitize things that ought to be hand stitched. So I did that with the luminaire. So Karen, you're going to be able to do this with the luminaire. All right. So that's very, very cool that you can scan in the paper pattern and then get the luminaire to digitize those stitches for you. I have linked that video right below in the description box. So when you get done here, click on that and take a look at it, and you'll see the whole process. Now, I did not have a lesson on how to digitize the actual embroidery design. We didn't have enough time for that. So I cut out the shapes on the SCANNCUT and then got them into the machine and showed you how to embroider them into the machine. So it just turned out so cute. And look how precise that is, you guys. See the stitching on the sheep? How precise is that? I absolutely love it. Now, the little eyes, I used Stitch Artist 2 to make the eyes by creating little circle shapes, and then created a fill using that fill technique that they have on there. So you just realized this is my third career? Yeah, Tina, it is. It's my third career, I guess. Oh, yeah, third career. First career, I was in the U.S. Air Force for 20 years. I flew a desk in a hospital. So medical admin, I did that. And I started in the Air Force in 1983. And right after that was when computers started coming into the medical service. And so I did as much as I could to hang around information systems and get smart on that. Yeah. It didn't come over with the other pattern. Interesting, Harriet. Something happened. I'm not sure what. So you might want to create design, begin new design for those eyeballs. That may work. Okay. And put that in. So, and then after 20 years of doing that, then I was in civil service, Air Force Civil Service in information systems, cybersecurity for 17 years, did that. And then retired in 2020 after 37 years federal service. And now you guys are keeping me busy stitching, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It was a great position in the Air Force. I loved it. I think the Air Force is fantastic. I really do. I can't complain. Y'all, it's the best job. If you've got young ladies in your life, and military's always been about the guys, but if you've got young ladies in your life that are aimless, then I highly, highly recommend. The Air Force will figure out, Air Force or Navy, one of the two. I don't recommend. I mean, girls do the Army, but ooh. We've got a lot of vets here. Yeah, Kim says she started in the Air Force in 75. I was one of the last dependent wives they ever let come in. I had gotten married when I was 19. Yeah. So anyway, it was a good life because I did not feel the glass ceiling while I was active duty. So that was very cool. And you can go as far as you want to go, so long as you put in the effort. So it was great. I retired as a master sergeant and very, very proud of the time and everything that I did, 20 years. It always has its ups and downs, but the military is fantastic. So I retired at 39. How awesome is that, right? 39 years old. I get a retirement check every day. I mean, every month, for the rest of my life, retiring at 39. Of course, they sucked the best 20 years of my life out of me. Now I'm old and creaky, but it was great. So highly recommend if you've got folks that, I still do. I know you see the news and you think bad this and bad that or whatever, but overall, it was a great deal. So anyway, plus there's all other kinds of benefits. The military paid for my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, or they enabled it. They didn't pay for it. They enabled it. So I was able to take advantage of things in the military that made me eligible for scholarships and awards and grants and that kind of thing that I wouldn't have had I not been a veteran. But it is my pleasure, Dee Dee. Absolutely my pleasure. They also taught me how to be an instructor. So it allows me to teach you guys. That's where I get my teaching. How I teach is from the Air Force. There was a period of time when I would backfill for instructors. They teach you how to teach, your troops, all kinds of stuff. So it was all good. And it's one of those things where they say, we need a volunteer or would you like to attend? And I'm all, sign me up. Let me do it. I loved it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, they say I'm a great instructor. I'm just doing what I was taught by the military. Veteran discounts are great. Yeah, I get 10% at my local McDonald's with my little ID card. How about that? You never, it keeps on giving to me. So I was just blessed to have been in a time of peace. So I went in 83. Ronald Reagan was president, and I got out in 2003. So 9/11 happened. I'd been in about 17 and a half years, and they were not ready to ship folks like me overseas yet. So yesterday I said to uninstall and reinstall if not sending designs to your machine. And when you bought yours, it came on a CD. Do I have to reuse the CD or can you do it online? Oh, Patty, you're talking about your Embrilliance. I would think you might want to go out, because you should have registered your version of Embrilliance with the company when you installed it on the CD. So the license key that came on the CD should be registered with the company. If not, go out online and either create an account or find your account and look for your code and see if it's there. Okay. Your license key that came on the CD. And if it's not, add it in there, create an account and add it on there. All right. And then download the software again. Give that a try, but you need to marry that up. If you didn't register it, but you should have had to do that in order to make the key work. So you got a new computer and you can't get Thumbnailer to show designs. Mad Crafts, you might have something overriding that. Put in a ticket with Embrilliance. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to, as soon as you install it and you put in the key for Thumbnailer, restart the machine and do it again. Okay. Because that's a utility that needs a reboot on the machine in order to make it stick. If you haven't rebooted, give that a try. If you did already and it's not working, I would write to Embrilliance. They can help you out. Hit the contact us. They've got a thing you can put in a ticket. Okay. All right. I need a swig, you guys. I've had to uninstall and reinstall again on Thumbnailer. Yeah. You guys, there's some, I don't know every little thing that goes on inside of a computer, but it can happen that your network, something in the network connectivity breaks, or like I know if you've got Mbird installed and you install Thumbnailer, Mbird is still going to show the images. You decreased your inflation in Embrilliance, but your pieces are still too big. No, I don't mean 0.1. No, I mean 1 millimeter. I'm not sure why. So I cannot see without my glasses, you guys. Thumbnailer not showing Vernia EXP files. So you got a new Stellaire instead? That's brilliant. I like that. Wow. Lots of vets, vet families, vet spouses. Yeah, we've got tons of folks in here that served one way or another. Yeah, my mother, I'm a brat. So yeah, give it a shot. I know. So yeah, the gang at Embrilliance is fast to respond. I even will send in a ticket like on a Sunday, and one of them will email me back and just at least register the ticket and give it an initial attempt. And if it has to wait until Monday, that's fine. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good about that. I love that they're here in the US. That's fabulous. So you always get pretty prompt service. So I'm continuing to work on Candyland. You guys asked about that yesterday. So I'm working on Candyland. Okay. Very, very simple pattern. This is a fantastic pattern. If she says she looked at her Bernina files and the Embrilliance show the picture. Sure, it's designed to show those. Yeah, the ART files. So do military spouses count as having served? Absolutely. Of course. If you've got an ID card, you count as having served as far as I'm concerned. You know, that's one thing. One of the very first jobs I ever had in the military, I worked in outpatient records at Wolford Hall Medical Center. And they treat obviously more family members than they do actual service members. But, you know, you've got to motivate young airmen to file paperwork back in the day, before the e-medical record. You had to motivate them to file paperwork of lab slips and x-ray slips and doctor's notes and all this stuff into these outpatient records. Well, it's not the actual flyer. And these kids, sometimes they feel like, well, I'm not working on an airplane, so I'm not important. And that's not true, because if this is something that I always kept in mind and I always told my troops is, if the pilot is in the aircraft and his wife is all upset about, somebody sick at home and they can't get an appointment, or they can't get their medicine, or this is going on and they got all this drama going on with the kids, it's her, she's sick, or the kids are sick, or something like that. He's got that in the back of his mind in the aircraft. Okay. That's not good. He needs to know that the family at home is taken care of. And so she needs to know that everything is under control. She's got the home front, he's got the war front. And so it's really important that those two things marry up, and the family support. The flyer cannot fly the plane if his wife is at home, or the spouse today is at home and just, man, there's a problem in this and that and da. That the home front is just as important, and they've got to have that support, and they've got to have to know everything is under control. Because what if something goes wrong, and he doesn't need that in his mind when he's flying a $15 million aircraft, right? So that's important. It's extremely important. So I've always had that in my head, and I know that because my mother was a military spouse, and she and dad and he was an aircraft maintenance guy. So your husband was 2 years Air Force, now deceased. Are you eligible for medical benefits? Mad Crafts, you need to talk to a rep at the VA for that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. It would depend on his disability status when he got out. So talk to somebody at the VA about that. I recommend they have little VA clinics all over the place now. You don't have to go to some big hospital. So it just depends. Okay. So like my friend's husband was only in 7 years, but he was 100% disabled when he got out. He was shot in Vietnam. And so my friend Molly, his spouse, her care, she's able to get hit on some of his benefit. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, being the parent of military is hard too. Absolutely. Yeah. Because, you worry about your kids when they're overseas, right? Yep. Call a veteran service office. There's also, there's all kinds of stuff like Vets Benefit Guide. They're not them. AmVets is out there. There's all kinds of stuff. So anyway, so let me get back to this. Oh, you know what, you guys? I wanted to do a little giveaway today. Give me a hashtag Power Tools. I'm going to do, in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm going to give you a little Moto Love charm pack. How about that? I don't have any coordinating fabric to give you along with it. That's on you. All right. But give me a hashtag Power Tools. And I got it. I bought it from the Fat Quarter Shop. So this is out of my pocket. I'm happy to do it for you guys. You guys support me. I'm happy to support you. US shipping only, please. So anyway, so I am continuing to work on Candyland. All right. Let me make sure that's collecting the numbers. There we go. Got you. All right. You're coming in. I got that. So, so this quilt takes 36 blocks. Okay. And this pattern, this is a Villa Rosa Designs pattern. If you're brand new to quilting, this is a fantastic little company. 4x6 card. You get an adorable little pattern. And let me cover this up. They give you a diagram on the back, how to put it together. It is that simple, so you can see how it's done. And this finishes at 55 by 72. And it takes 36 10-inch squares or 18 fat 6. Well, I had a fat quarter bundle. See, so you can get all that together. This is a wonderful pattern for large pieces of pretty focused fabric. So see how you've got a big center piece there and then a little side border. All right. So anyway, so that's what I did. I took the beautiful centerpiece fabric and put side borders on it. And it's a total of 36. So I had 30 of these all done and I'm ready to move on. Thank you, Judy, for your super sticker. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're a sweetheart. Judy showed her appreciation for the channel. There's a little $sign below the chat down there, and you can tap that and show your appreciation. And it helps keep up with fabric and thread, you guys. So this particular line of fabric, it's called Land of Enchantment. It's a Moda line, and it has a panel that came with it. So this was a big panel, and 2 of these designs, square designs, fit the same as one of those center blocks. So I needed 6 more pieces. So I cut out 6 of these. Yay. Okay. So I've got these all ready to go, and they need their border pieces. And I've got those pieces all ready to go. So I'm going to stitch these up today. You hate out of bobbin experiences. Yeah, you see my shirt. I just had an out of bobbin experience and it scared me stitchless. Isn't that funny? My mother didn't say scared stitchless. She said something else. Again, a salty dog, my mom. Military wife. Yeah, definitely. So anyway, oh my gosh, my eyes again, you guys. I'm hungry this morning. I get out of here, I'm going to go grab a bowl of cereal for sure. All right. So I was just going to stitch this stuff up unless you guys wanted to visit a little bit. So again, if you just joined in, then I'm giving away a Love Charm Pack from Moda. I got it from the Fat Quarter Shop. Do I still do Weight Watchers? Sharon wants to know. No, not officially, but I eat the same way to try to maintain. And I get serious on it when I'm trying to lose down. So I got back from the cruise and I had to drop some pounds, you guys. I had been letting it creep up over winter. So I just dropped about 7 more pounds. And I'm back down to my fighting weight. So you enjoyed watching the replay of the video I did on all brands. Can't wait to try something like that on your Luminaire. You're welcome, Jonah. I can't see y'all. I'm sorry. Can't see. I know the chat moves crazy fast when it's got the hashtag power tools on it. I know. I'm hot. I've done 2 loads of laundry already this morning. Got that going. The girls are still here. My husband's daughter and granddaughter are still here. She took 9th place earlier this week on her goat at the San Antonio Stock Show in judging. So good for her. And last night they went to the ranch rodeo. So they were staying for that. You purchased Land of Enchantment, Deborah says, and you're looking for a pattern for your RV bed. So thank you, Cindy. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I made a quilt for our RV bed, and consider this. I made the top of the quilt the size, you know how RV beds have like a nightstands on either side where the mattress is wedged in next to those nightstand areas, right? So I made the top of the quilt kind of a little cutout shape like that. So that fits up there, and then it comes down, and doing that inner corner bind was a real pickle, but I got it done. And then made the edges drop over and off the back. So that was really neat. That was really cool to do. And I used, it wasn't Little Black Dress. I can't remember the name of the line, but it was beautiful. Yes, Williamsburg was the name of the line. It was a gorgeous print. And it was black and tan, a little bit of white and gold, just gorgeous. And it totally matched with the whole color scheme of the motorhome. And I was able to do log cabin blocks and just did a gorgeous, gorgeous picture of that. I'll show you guys on Monday. I'll have to dig around. Any clues for changing the date on a quilt you made for gifting? You did. Yeah, you did embroidery on that. It's hard. It's hard to pick it out. It's very difficult to do it. I would pick it out. You'd have to take out the 1 and the 0. And then you might take out all 4. So the font would be the same. If you should have the font. Take out the 1 and the 0. Very, very carefully pick it from the back as much as possible. And then Tammy, I use the standard black blade. So she wants to know what blade I use for cutting quilt fabric. So then use a print and stick target paper so you can perfectly align that. If you've got a luminaire and it displays the design down, you've got to get it lined up just right. You want that 2 and the 3 on there. So you bought 6 patterns for Wonderland yesterday. Yay! On Wander Lane. Yeah, great. Oh, your granddaughter got 4th with her pig. Good for her. Yeah, that's awesome. Good for her. Very cool. You guys will love that SCANNCUT. Robin got a new one. It should be delivered today. You guys are all over that. I love it. Absolutely love it. That's fantastic. I'm going to stitch a little bit, you guys. I got to get this done. You need stitch in the ditch on part of your quilt. Terrified of ruining it. Yeah, Ruth, it's practice. I know. Go slow. I unthreaded my machine. Oh, no, I didn't. I needed to change my thread. That's what I did. This was still the thread I was using when I stitched in the ditch on my March little Kimberbell mini quilt. So this weekend, the goal is to get the borders on American Pie here behind me. I want that done. So. Any recommendation on which machine you should get for making bags? Lucia, I would do either an industrial straight stitch machine that can handle it. This particular machine, the Brother, they've got the PQ 1500 or 1600, the Juki as well. It has a pin feed mechanism, and so it's got a little needle that comes up from underneath that will help feed thicker fabrics through underneath. That's something to consider. I wouldn't do it on a little rinky-dink machine. You'll be sorry. It won't be able to handle it, and you'll be fussing. But when you're going through multi-layers, you know what? Watch a By Annie video. She makes a load of bags and totes and that kind of thing. So check out one of By Annie's tutorials and whatever machine she's working on. That's what I do. You know, I follow those people. They know what they're doing. So, because they're trying to have you buy something, they need to have the right machine, right? I always look, whatever's working great for somebody that's doing it in the industry is going to work really, really well for me. So anyway, I need to get this rethreaded here. All right. And get to stitch it. I took that 8-inch Ackfeld wire hanger off my little love owls. Here's another where I did because it was just too big. I need like a 6-inch one. I got to figure out some way to do this on the 6-inch one. But this is another on Wander Lane. This was February's. And you can see how perfect that all stitched out. His little eyes, you guys, the center of his eyes are that fill stitch in Brilliance. And then her little eyes are the scanned image of the pattern on the Luminaire. So got that wrapped up as well. Just turned out absolutely perfect. I love it. So happy about being able to do this. Okay. Let me pull this through. There we go. Very happy to have all this done. I had a little bit of a hiccup here. This particular piece got cut. This was the edge, and it was cut too short off the bolt. But I wanted this piece. I wanted this particular square. So you guys, what I did was I used a little stitch witchery, okay? And I pieced it from the back. See that? I pieced it. And from the front, you can't hardly see it at all. So this is actually a tiny bit of the selvage edge that I put on there to make it match up. Well, do this so you can see the little holes in the selvage edge. Okay. Make it work. Just make it work. Now this whole thing, all of these are going to have to be like an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all around these. They are just a hair. The squares were so close together that I couldn't get a good 1/4 inch cut. So had to do that. Diana uses a Bernina 5 series. Oh, a semi. Okay, so Idlewise has some good idea here. So she uses the Bernina 5 series. Oh, okay. I'll look at Hobby Lobby. You know, the thing with Hobby Lobby is I don't get there very often. I don't live near one. It's a good 25-mile drive into the worst traffic. Oh, it's not close to me. So, well, if she's using a Bernina, that's a pretty heavy machine for sewing. It depends on the bag. Yeah, now she's only sewing on quilting cottons. She's absolutely right. The Bianni is only on quilting cottons. And so you might, if you ever want to sew on faux leather and that kind of thing, you might need a heavier machine. So you should consider a Juki, some kind of industrial straight stitch machine. Might want to do that. Plus, it's not going to be as expensive. Those Berninas are pricey, you guys. Pretty pricey. All right, threaded. Yay! I need my other foot. What do I do with my foot? Well, the girls are leaving today, I think, and heading back to North Texas. And then I've got a special guest. I'm going to do a surprise guest for you guys on Sunday, I think. If not Sunday, then definitely Monday. But Sunday, I'm going to give away the Quilted Witch quilt kit, courtesy of Lady M, the benefactor of my channel. Yeah. So that's going to be very cool. Looking forward to that. So, all right. Oh, that's interesting, Ruth. Here we go. She has the TL18 QVP and has a micro lift for heavy material. Great. Yeah. What's my reason for using a standard blade versus the rotary blade for cutting? Patty, the rotary blade is really good for cork, felt, fleece, wool, anything that's a little bit thicker. It was created because people were trying to cut those kinds of fabrics, and the standard blade would drag through those thicker kinds of fabrics. The standard blade cuts quilting cottons just fine. It handles it just fine. So also when I was at Mull Queens last year, one of the SCANNCUTs had a rotary blade, and it was the weirdest thing the way it was doing. It was going back and forth and making all these crazy cuts. I don't know why. And it just totally messed up the whole design. So not sure what that was all about, but we switched them to the standard black blade and everything cut perfectly. So the rotary blade has its purpose. If you want to use it on quilting cottons and it works for you, knock yourself out. That's great. You do you, boo, right? I just prefer the standard black blade. It cuts great. So awesome. Yeah, this kind of machine, whether it's the Brother or the Juki, are designed to handle a little bit thicker fabrics. So you can use it. It'll work out fine. So yeah. We got a lot of Juki users here. How will I quilt Candyland? Well, Karen, that's yet to be determined. TBD. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured that out. So now I need to figure out what color side strips I need to go with my center pieces. And I don't know that it really matters because all of them have the blue and the lime and the red and the yellow. So I think it's all going to work one way or the other. I'll show you guys here. I'm just kind of making this. We'll just work this out a little bit. I have no idea. I don't really think that it matters. I'll use yellow. And then we have a navy. Do I have a navy in here? Maybe that one. We'll put, oh, there's navy on that one. I'll just kind of match these up. I've got some red. And here's another navy over here. And there we, let me see. I may not have, oh, I might be short a strip. Now there is another color that goes with this whole line that I have not used at all in here. And it's this fabric, but it's aqua. It's this pattern, but it's aqua. And I haven't used it yet because I haven't used it in the side strips yet because it's going to be in the vertical or the horizontal sashing. Put this here. And then, oh, here we go. And this orange, this works great. Perfect. Okay. Got that done. There we go. You finally got the nerve to use sync. Use the rotary blade. Not good. Balled up mess. Try again with the right blade. Oh, Lori, excellent. That's great. Good for you. She says she figured out the technique that I did on all brands yesterday, and she did it on her Still There. Congratulations. Good for you. You will love that. Isn't it great to be able to use the technology we've got available to us? Love it. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to get these all kind of crisscrossed here into a pile. So I can get these. I'm going to chain stitch these things. So I got to get my little sheep out of the hoop and get some borders on him for March's little mini quilt. That's awesome. And again, I'm going to be using a scant seam allowance. And I'm going to stitch it from the other side so I can see. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, you guys. Yeah. So it's going to be like this, where I can see a little tiny bit of the fabric all the way around. Got to do that. Just barely didn't. You know, we'll make it work. I've done it before, but you got to turn the machine on. That's always helpful. Okay. I get so much progress done with you guys in the morning. You got frustrated, Ginger, and you shut it down. That happens. I do that all the time, y'all. I do. I'm like, okay, I've had enough today. Sometimes I have to sleep on something. I call it chewing on it for a little while. You sleep on it, get up in the morning, give it a new shot, and you go, okay, I get it now. I got it. That'll work. Can do easy. Yep. Sometimes you just have to think about for a second. Why did that happen? How can I get it to be work differently? The knob on top of my machine is adjustment for thicker sewing. Yes, it is. You bet, Yorkie Mom. Yep. Raises the foot pressure. And you always raise it up for vinyl, pleather, or by any foam. Oh, smart. She's talking about this knob right here on the top of the machine. So I'll get you guys in. This is what she's talking about right here. Okay. And this raises the presser foot. You can see, and that there's a little window on the front right here. And as you turn this, that knob goes up and down, that little dial. It'll go up and down, that bar. And it changes the pressure. That's good. That's exactly what that machine is designed for. Yep, absolutely. Margie, forgot how to do binding. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys, I know, try and try again. You guys are lamenting about screwing something up and having to redo it. Happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. I was talking to my quilty buddy, Lisa, Betty Boop on here. I don't see her yet this morning. She was talking about how she was doing some quilting on Getting to Know Hugh, a Nancy Rank quilt. And she did something different than she normally does when she's doing her long arming, and ended up getting a pleat in the backing. And she had done a load of quilting, and she was so furious with herself. So furious. She wasn't happy. Bless her heart. So she said it was small enough. She should be able to take it off the long arm and maybe wet it and pat it down and see if that works. Get it to behave. She said, I should have just stuck with the way I do it and what I know, and everything would have been fine. But because it's such a large quilt, she thought she'd try something different. So that happens. The finished size of Candy Land is 55 by 72. That's a pretty good lap size quilt. Yeah, right? Pretty good lap size quilt. Let's see here. I was really pleased with how well that All Brands video went yesterday. Very pleased. Everything just worked. I couldn't believe it. So worked out pretty good. Barbara was pleased. She said there were 400 of y'all in there. So that was nice. And they always do a $25 gift card giveaway. So you should check that out. You know, whenever All Brands has their live, sign up for that. You could get a couple spools of thread or put it towards a magnetic hoop or something like that, you know. Every little bit helps. Nothing wrong with that. I can't wait to see this finished. I bet you it's going to be so cool. So I have seen a lot of, I've seen him all over Quilting Designs with, thank you. Yeah, Terry said she loved the All Brands show yesterday. I've seen all over Quilting Designs with the Coco Pelli that little Indian looking creature that's got the little horn dancing around. That's also very New Mexico. So that might be a design that would work well to quilt this. Yeah. You know, because they don't have any of the Cocopelli in this Land of Enchantment line that I have found. So that would be kind of cool. Cocopelli was your first quilt? Yeah. You see, I don't backstitch. It won't open up when I'm sewing the next block. Generally, no. It does if I am pressing my seams open. But for the most part, I don't backstitch. Look, you guys, a spider. I said I wasn't going to put this spider in my quilt, but I'm going to do it. There he is. You know, it's part of New Mexico. I know. I'm just going to do it. I'll get over it. Okay. Now, if I was stitching diagonal seams, I would not be doing this. Okay. I would trim them with the scissors or clip them apart with the scissors. I don't like to use these kinds of little, quick trim blocks or the side of the machine on diagonal seams because you can stretch the fabric as you're pulling it apart and you'll open up that weave a little bit because it's on the bias. I don't care for that. So I don't do that on diagonal seams. I don't guess. I'm trying to see if there's an up or a down here. This way. And I'll trim these to fit and make sure everything works. You got your Luminaire and your 1055 from All Brands Baton Rouge. Awesome. Good for you. Yeah, they're a great brother dealer. Absolutely. We're not going to Baton Rouge next week. We're going to Lafayette. I'm going to be teaching at All Brands Academy in Lafayette next weekend. We leave Wednesday. The girls are coming back from North Texas for the sale, so she could sell the goat. They're going to stay here at the house for that and then go back home. We will be in Lafayette. I haven't told Bonnie yet. I don't know if she's here or not. I haven't seen her in the chat. But Bonnie, we're going to stay at y'all's place on Wednesday night. And then leave Thursday for Lafayette. And then Friday morning, I'll be there at All Brands. So we're doing that Friday and Saturday. I'm teaching Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday or Monday, I forget which day. I think Monday, we leave for Coushatta. So we're going to go straight up, go to Kinder, hang out at Coushatta for a couple of days, and then head on up to Bossier City in Shreveport, Barksdale Air Force Base. Be teaching up there in All Brands, Bossier City, up in that corner of Louisiana. Then we'll head back home. Back. We're not going anywhere again until Tempe in April. I think that's right. So busy, you guys, so busy. I'm getting requests from all over the country for more RV stuff. That's cute. Look, I love this. Look how nice that looks. Oh, he's upside down. Awesome. Isn't that adorable? Love that. I was already full when you discovered it. Sorry about that. Yeah. Those are always fun. You just get together, you learn a bunch of stuff, and you kind of rotate around from room to room and learn different things throughout the day. And there's lunch. and you make new friends and visit, and they're great. A lot of fun. All Brands Academies are always a lot of fun. I think they're going to continue to do them just because they're so successful. So let's see here. This one doesn't have a direction. Any ideas on how to square up a quilt that is 57 on top, 55 in the middle, and 56 at the bottom? It's driving you crazy. So, make it gradual. Yeah, I'm assuming I would trim the widest parts, get it as close to 55 as possible without whacking off a design, or just leave it curvy. Just leave it. Sometimes there's nothing for it. You can't do anything about that. And I know I've had my share of not straight quilts, but in the end, I mean, what's it really matter? If it's not hanging on a wall, it probably won't be seen. It won't be noticed. You just can't, it just won't fold up straight. There's that. I know, those are tough. I've had my share, you guys. That's what you do. Again, fake it till you make it. Nothing for it, right? Valerie's doing great. I think she's going to be here. No, All Brands is not a regional company. They're a brother dealer that started in Louisiana, family-owned business. They started back in the 70s, and they bought a couple of stores in Houston and San Antonio that were sewing stores or fabric centers or something like that. So now they are a brother dealer in this neck of the woods for Louisiana and Southeast Texas. So they've got that region from brother. So that's pretty cool. Brother separates their folks into regions so they don't step on each other's toes. So there's All Brands Houston and then All Brands San Antonio. There's another All Brands somewhere else in the country, but it's not the same family. So don't get them confused. The one we're talking about only works in Louisiana and Texas, Southeast Texas. Yeah. I know Laura's got a point talking about take it apart. If your blocks have points and you can't whack it off, you don't want to do that. It'll look really bad. I know. That happens. And it, especially if it's a customer's quilt. Boy, that's tough. All you can do is quilt it crooked, I guess. I don't know. One more here. I love that local All Brands store in Houston too. They're awesome. I wish they had classroom space. I would do classes there. They don't. I've done classes at the one in San Antonio. They did that last year. The All Brands Academy, they did one in San Antonio. So that was fun. That's the biggest store. Let's see here. Last one. I might have you guys help me figure out where to put these blocks. Or I might get Valerie to help me Sunday. You guys are missing her. She's busy. She teaches all the time over at Fiberworks. They have a retreat center. So they do lots of classes over there too. And then day stitching in the store. All right. All my blocks for Candyland are complete. Yay. You guys make my life so easy. It's great to get together, you know, even if you're just getting inspired doing some sewing. Love it. Yeah, this looks amazing. Looks good. Looking great. Yeah, love it. So I need to get these ironed out, and then I can start putting the blocks up on the wall. So the holdup with this is in the pattern. See how there's white, there's little white sashing between those blocks. Okay. Well, I've got to figure out who gets sashing and who doesn't. And then I can put things wherever they need to go. So I've got such bright, bold colors in this. I mean, all of these borders pretty much are bright and bold. It's going to be the ones that are not, that are the ones that are different, as opposed to usually in a quilt, you'll take your bold colors and put those sporadically. This is going to have the non-bold sporadically. So you were born at Barksdale. Awesome. Hey, Patty. That's cool. Let's see. Suggestion for quilting the New Mexico quilt. Digitize the state symbol, horizontal lines that look like a flat, and add them into each block. Yeah, so that pattern is in this fabric line. I know what you're talking about. So here it is in the sashing. There's the state symbol in the sashing right there. Okay. And then here's something like it with the bird. See that? So I love this fabric line. It is gorgeous. And if you ever lived out in New Mexico, it's got a special place in your heart for sure. There's something so peaceful about that part of the country. I just love it. But it has got in these other pieces, let me see if I can find one. Yeah. So in the pattern itself, on the there it is again. Here. See that sun? We're upside down. There's that sun again. So, all right. Let's see how many we've got signed up. You guys, if you're new, you just got here, I am doing a little giveaway today. U.S. shipping only, please. Janine says she gets a lot done in our morning too, working on Riley Blake National Parks. Oh, nice. That's beautiful. I've seen that. I'm giving away Moda Love in honor of Valentine's Day this week. Little charm pack. No coordinating fabric to go with it. That's on you guys. 726 watching. Hit the thumbs up. Yes, please. And let's see. Do a hashtag Power Tools. You just found me? Well, welcome, Carol. Glad you're here. We hang out every morning. We just sew or visit or cut or iron or whatever. So, yeah. Oh, I wanted to point out something to you too. Remember the other day I showed you how I add heat and bond light to the back of my applique fabrics? Well, before I put heat and bond light on the white fabric, I took some Pellon's SF 101 to it. That's a single-sided adhesive. Okay. So I took SF 101 and I put it on the back of the white fabric. So now the white fabric was just a little bit heavier, but that single-sided adhesive adhered to the back of the white fabric. And that was to make it more opaque. Then I took that whole welded piece, that whole ironed piece, and put that on heat and bond light. So take a look at how good it turned out. You can't really tell. It's not so obvious. The black of the top of the legs and under the tail. Okay. That's how nice that turns out in applique. So that's a little trick that you can do with white fabric on a dark background, or if it has dark pieces underneath it. Use some SF101 on the back of your white fabric. You can also use some heavier tearaway and stitch the placement line twice. You would stitch it once, to place your tearaway, and then stitch it again to tack it down, and then tear it away from the sides. My only problem with doing that method is you can get fuzzies from the tearaway, depending on what you're using. So there's that. All right, you guys. Our hour is up. Let me make sure we have got everybody. Okay. We've got lots of entries for the, we've got lots of entries for the charm pack. Let's see here. You're so envious. You wish you had a machine that could do that. Well, Carol, save your pennies. And they've always got 0% options to get those nice machines. So that's free money for 5 years. That's the way I looked at it when I did it. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaway. Let me share my screen. Thank you for the comments, the sweet comments on the sheep. He turned out too cute. I've got a link directly below the video to the All Brands channel to go check that out. You guys need to watch that. And that would be awesome. All right. And we are ready to go. And we're going to draw. Let's see who gets it. Let's see. Marlene Schaefer. Yay. Congratulations, Marlene. What a cute puppy. Congratulations. That's great. Shoot me an email, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com. Okay. And give me your mailing address and I'll get this in the mail to you. So, all right, you guys need to see me Sunday, this coming Sunday at 4 p.m. Central. I'm going to show you some new fabric I've received, new products on the market, and we're going to do the giveaway for the Quilted Witch pattern and kit over a $200 value. That is for my 70,000 subscriber mark. Yay. Congratulations to all of you for helping me get to that point. I could not do it without you. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate the super sticker. You are so sweet. That is very much appreciated. You guys are awesome. All right. So if I don't see you Sunday, I'll see you Monday in the Stitchuation room, but hopefully Sunday, 4 p.m. Central Time. All right. 5 Eastern. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great weekend and we'll see you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.